Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 6 of your 14-day power training. We're almost halfway through. So make sure that you're super consistent with, getting all of your videos watched and your homework done. The top coaches still today say, and we all do the same thing. We are very consistent with making sure that we're doing all of the daily activities. So it starts with the training, making sure that you're taking 30 minutes every day and doing the training and doing the homework, which a lot of you are. So, consistency is the key. And it's not like this business. I say to people all the time, this business isn't hard. It just takes consistency. Because once you're super consistent and doing all of the daily activities, you'll start to see that momentum build. So today we're going to focus on challenge groups and challenges, which is where a lot of coaches come from. I know a lot of my coaches are challengers of mine. So there are people who did the Shakeology, are doing the fitness programs, showed up every day, were super encouraging. Like they were doing what coaches do, they just weren't getting paid to do it yet. And so really, challenge groups are the backbone of this business, and people run them differently. People do things differently. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of how I run my challenge groups and how I get people to join my challenge groups. At the end of this training, Beth is going to be doing a video on different ways to launch a challenge group, and she's done some best practices, so I asked her to put a video together kind of as like a bonus training. So you'll get that towards the end. But because a lot of you are going to be launching your businesses, either today or tomorrow, after you launch your business, you're going to get some questions, and you're going to be doing your reach outs to that list of 100 people you made. You're going to be taking that top 10 to 20, and that's going to be your first list of people that you're going to be inviting to this group. And again, we will be doing the challenge group with you. So we're going to be doing a challenge group. It launches January 9th. So it is the Health Bet, which is awesome for you guys. So you guys decide to become coaches at the right time, because you'll be able to invite people to a challenge group where they'll also be able to participate in the Health Bet, which is where if they do 5 workouts and 5 Shakeologies, I think those are the rules, and post the picture in the app, and do it for 30 days, they get an equal cut of the money, so up to $3 million. So perfect timing. And we'll be going over the details in that challenge group so you can invite people. But a little bit about challenges and challenge groups and what we require of people to do. The challenge packs, which a lot of you purchase, they're majorly discounted, like majorly discounted. They get a 30-day supply of Shakeology. They get the fitness program of their choice. They get 30 days of Beachbody On Demand for free. And they get access to the accountability group. So, those are the things that we encourage people to purchase, just because they get everything so discounted. So, when it comes to challenge packs, that's what they get. That there's all different options. I'm sure you were presented with many different options. So some are on sale, some aren't. So they range anywhere from like $140 to $170, depending on what they choose to do. The next thing, obviously, so when you're talking to people, you're going to be encouraging them to choose a challenge pack. It can be overwhelming when they ask you questions as to which program is right for them. A few things. Go back to your own experience, right? So like, which programs did you do? Why did you like them? If you go in the back office, and I can even post in this group too, there's this crazy spreadsheet of all of the different programs that Beachbody offers, and it gives you a breakdown of like what they're all about and who their ideal user is, per se. And so that's what I did when I first started coaching, because I was only familiar with the programs that I did. So when people were asking me for recommendations, I'd give them recommendations based on my personal experience, and then I'd go to that chart and be like, oh, okay, well, I didn't do, like at the time, I didn't do Body Beast, so I didn't know much about it, but if somebody was coming to me really wanting a weight training program, I was able to go on there and say, okay, here's why this might work for you. So the second piece is to develop a challenge group, which again, we're launching on January 9th. We're going to brainstorm some ideas on what to call that, but it's definitely for the Health Bet. So once we have that image ready, we'll definitely put it out there for the group to use, but you don't need to wait for that to start inviting. But the challenge group is all about getting people on board, just like you guys did. So getting people in that group, posting every day, making sure people are staying motivated, making sure that people are checking in and posting. But the challenge group is really, the key of this business. So getting that challenge group developed and getting people invited to it. If someone already has a fitness program, so you're reaching out to people and they're like, I already have 21 Day Fix, I already have T25, I already have Hammer and Chisel, whatever, get them on Shakeology Home Direct. And I am one of those people where some coaches require that they're on the fitness program and Shakeology to be in the challenge group. I don't necessarily do that. The first challenge group that I joined, I was not drinking the Shakeology, so if that was a requirement, I would have been kicked out. I wouldn't have become a coach, and I'm one of my coach's top producers. So I don't require it. I encourage it because I obviously, now that I drink it, realize how good it is for you, but I don't use that as a showstopper. What I do require is that they're doing something of Beachbody. So they're either doing Beachbody on demand, they're doing a fitness program, or they're drinking the Shakeology and doing their own workouts. They have to be doing something Beachbody related, or maybe they're using the performance line. So that is a requirement for me. Is this a learning process? Yes, you might be sitting there super overwhelmed. I get it. I was overwhelmed too. Here's the bottom line of what you need to remember. Do a challenge group every month, whether you do it on your own or you host it with your sponsor coach. If you're one of my personally sponsored coaches, you can run every single challenge group with me if you want. It doesn't matter. But commit to a challenge group every single month. Get 3 to 5 people to join your challenge group every single month. We're going to talk about Success Club and what that means and the trips you can win and all that stuff. And what's required is that you get 3 to 5 people to do a challenge group with you every single month. So how do we do that, right? Number one, creating the challenge group. We talked about that. We'll work with you on that. January 9th, when you start your messages this week, the January 9th challenge group is what you're going to be talking to people about. I'm going to talk to you about the health bet. We'll post some information in the group so that you can hear more about it. Many of you have done the health bet, so you know kind of what's involved. And we need to start inviting people, right? So learn the 5-step invitation process. It's definitely posted in your back office, and I posted some information on how to reconnect with people, so definitely take a look at that in the group. There's tons of training videos in the back office that you can look at too, but you don't want to just copy and paste directly. You definitely want to make it your own. Beth had some really good tips for ways to get people to join your challenge group, so take a look at that and take some, tweak it to make it your own, to get people invited. The big thing here is you need to be inviting people to your challenge group. Don't expect everyone to come to you. So yes, you're going to be making some Facebook posts and you're going to be launching it publicly, and you are probably going to get people, or maybe not, who comment, who are interested. Don't expect that to happen all the time. Now that my warm market is kind of dried up, I have to do a lot of attraction marketing, which we'll talk about. But I also have to do a lot of reaching out. So in my first couple months as a coach, I would make a post about a challenge group, and I had like 6 or 7 people pretty regularly wanting to do it with me. Now I do a post like that, and I have to, like 2 to 3 times a week talk about my challenge groups that I'm doing, and I don't get a ton of people responding. But when I reach out to people, I get a lot of people who say, oh yeah, I'm interested, or they'll private message me because they don't want to comment on my post. So the big key here is sending out those invitations, sending out those messages, contacting people, whether it's in person, whether it's over Facebook, whether it's through email. It doesn't just have to be social media. You could send email to your family and friends. You could be, out somewhere talking with your friends. They are looking to do something in the new year, and you can talk about the challenge group that you're running. So it doesn't all have to be on Facebook. Facebook is just super easy for me and a lot of other coaches, but it can really be any platform, Instagram, whatever. Okay, obviously you're going to want to try and get them to do the challenge pack if they don't have anything, just because it's the fitness and the nutrition component. So I definitely encourage the challenge packs. It's the cheapest option to get everything they need, and they have everything they need for success. We talked about social media in the last training, but the big thing here is to not be posting a million times a day about the challenge group you're running. We know how annoying that is when people, all they do is post about buy this, buy that, join this, join that. Like, you just stop following them, or you just stop looking at their posts. The rule of thumb here is 80% of your posts should be about you personally, and 20% should be about Beachbody. So, maybe like 3 to 4 times a week, 2 to 3 maybe, you're posting about the challenge group that you're running. And, we'll talk about how to kind of weave that in. So like, I'll do like a post specifically about the challenge group and details to join. And then maybe my post 2 days later will be, oh my gosh, super excited, can't wait to get a piece of that $3 million that's going to be launching in January. Not like directly throwing it in their face of join my group. And we'll post some examples of that as well. But then obviously private messaging people, reaching out to people, that's critical too. Basically, what you need to do to be successful in this business is be super consistent with your inviting people to your challenge group. Do a challenge group every single month and try and get 3 to 5 new people to join your challenge group each and every month. And run it with me, run it with one of your other coaches, whatever. You don't have to do it on your own. Beachbody has a ton of great guides to what you can be posting in the different challenge groups. I use it kind of as like a starting point and then throw my own language in there and throw my own tips and tricks in there. For those of you that don't have a fitness background, so haven't been an instructor in the past, maybe you're not really sure where to start, we'll work with you and we'll show you as we launch these challenge groups where you can go to find that guide and how it will walk you through step by step what you need to do to run a successful challenge group and to host one. But big takeaways from today's training. Number one, invite people to a challenge group. Run a challenge group every single month and come up with those kind of strategic posts that you're going to be making on Facebook, 2, 3, maybe 4 times a week. What I want you to do tonight is you should have your list of 100 people, your top 10 to 20. Many of you have sent it to me, so that's awesome. You should have your post of what you're going to be doing to launch your business. And if I haven't gotten back to you yet, I will, because we're going to be making that post either tonight or tomorrow. So you can decide which night you're more comfortable with. But then after that, you are going to have to, here on out, take those top 20 people and start reaching out to 3 to 5 of them. If you want to start with 3, that's fine. Reaching out to them. So reconnecting with them and then talking about your challenge group that you're doing, which we're starting January 9th. So invite them to that. Like a New Year, New You challenge. That's not the official name, but if that's what you want to go with, roll with it. Talk about the health bet. So you're going to want to start reaching out to people, reconnecting, and then people that you know really well, maybe you want to reach out and say, hey, you've commented on how amazing I look. You may not have seen, I've now decided to become a coach, and I am running a challenge group starting January 9th with some of my other coaches. We're going to be doing the exact same things that I did to look this good, and I would love for you to join us. Plus, you get a chance at winning up to an even split of up to $3 million. So timing is perfect. Something like that. That's not polished, but you get the idea. So I want you to start coming up with that script, because after you do your initial launch for your business, either today or tomorrow, you're going to have to start reaching out to people, 3 to 5 people every single day, reconnecting and or inviting to a group using what I just said, maybe in conjunction with what Beth posted, etc. So that's it. I know this video was a little bit long. Hopefully it was helpful. Make sure you get that homework in, and we'll talk to you guys soon.